So in this video we'll see the posterior part of the norma basalis. So it is a part which lies behind the arbitrary line which passes through the anterior margin of the foramen magnum. Now in the median area what you are able to see is the foramen magnum. This is the largest foramen which you are able to see is foramen magnum. Behind the foramen magnum this is external occipital crest. This is your external occipital crest and this is external occipital protuberance. So if you see the foramen magnum, it is the largest foramen and it is being narrowed in its anterior part by these occipital condyles, while posteriorly it is broader. Median point in relation to the anterior margin of the foramen magnum is known as basion. The external occipital crest, if you see, it begins from external occipital protuberance down up to this foramen magnum. And from in between these two there is another line. This line it is known as inferior nuchal line. So you have got the superior nuchal line, this is inferior nuchal line. So this is regarding the median area. Now if you see the lateral area it is having the features, that is you have got the occipital condyles. This is occipital condyle, squamous part of this occipital bone. Then you have got the jugular foramen, styloid process and then mastoid process. So if you see the occipital condyle, if you see this portion, this is known as occipital condyles. This is the articular facet and its axis is directed forward and medially. This articulates with the first cervical vertebrae, that is atlas, to form the atlanto-occipital joint. In front of or above this occipital condyle, this one, if you see this, above this there is an opening. This opening is known as hypoglossal canal. If you see internally, this is your hypoglossal canal. So it lies above this occipital condyle, or either side above this, it is known as anterior condylar canal or also known as the hypoglossal canal. Similarly, there is a posterior, behind this condyles there is another canal known as the posterior condylar canal. So if this posterior condylar canal, if you trace it, it opens into the sigmoid sulcus internally. Remaining part of this is your squamous part of the occipital bone. Now there is a foramen, larger foramen over here known as the jugular foramen. So if you see this, it is the larger foramen. Axis is directed forward and medially. Posterior part it is larger and its posterior wall it is formed by this occipital bone, while anterior boundary it is formed by this petrous part of the temporal bone. This lateral part it is known as jugular fossa. So this jugular fossa will lodge the bulb of the internal jugular vein. And posteriorly this is the jugular process of the occipital bone. Now sometimes in this lateral wall there is an opening, and this opening is known as mastoid canaliculi. So there is a canaliculi or a tiny opening which is present in the lateral wall of this jugular fossa known as mastoid canaliculi. Similarly, between this carotid canal and this fossa, sometimes there is another opening which lies over here, is known as tympanic canaliculi. So tympanic canaliculi lies between, opens near the edge of the bone between this jugular fossa and carotid canal, lower end of carotid canal. Now medial to this fossa there is a notch known as jugular notch, and it's near its medial end there is sometimes another tiny canaliculi is there. It is known as cochlear canaliculi. In relation to this petrous temporal bone, over here cochlear canaliculi lies. Now the styloid process, this styloid process bounded anteriorly by this tympanic plate. This is triangular, is your tympanic plate, and from here this is styloid process. So it is directed downward and forward, needle like process on either side. Behind the styloid process, there is another elevation known as the mastoid process. It is a nipple-like conical projection. Medial to this mastoid process, there is a groove or a notch known as the mastoid notch. Between this styloid process and this mastoid process, there is a foramen. This foramen is known as stylomastoid foramen. So on both the side, you are able to see this stylomastoid foramen.